Okay, this is the beginning of Chapter 8, Algebra, Equations, and Inequalities. This is the end of the chapter. This is the beginning, and it piggybacks what we've already been doing. This is the show what you know based upon all the previous lessons. So let's just walk through this. 42 times what equals 1? We don't need to write this down, the property, but what would you multiply times 42 to equal 42? And the answer there is 1. Okay, so look what happens here. 9 times 6 equals what times 9? So we're just putting the 6 in there. And there are properties that came at the end of chapter 7, but we're not dealing with those this year. Okay, remember we did this substituting where you had values. So we would substitute in, show the substitution. 5 for A minus 3 for B. So you would get 20 minus 6, which is 14. Next, we're going to substitute in 7, x is 7, plus 9, 1 is y, 49 plus 9, so that's 58. Okay, we're going to substitute in 8, c is 10, times d, which is 2 minus 6, so we're going to first do this, 80 times 2 minus 6. 80 times 2 is 160 minus 6, so we would end up with 156. Oh, sorry, 154. Okay, 4 times the value of s, which is 9, divided by t, which is 3, plus 10. So we're going left to right. First, I have to multiply. 36 divided by 9 plus 10. My next step going left to right would be 36 divided by 9, which is 4 plus 10. In the end, I would end up with 14. Okay, add fractions and decimals. So we're going to line up 35.68 plus 17.84. This is no calc. So I'm going to 12, carry the 1, 9, 15. Decimals come straight down. 13, 53 plus 53.52. Notice the decimal comes straight down when you're adding or subtracting. Number 8, 24.38 plus 25.3. Notice I put a 0 there because there was nothing at the end. 8, 6, 9, 4. Common denominator, this would become 6 over 8 plus 1/8. In the end, you would get 7/8. You needed to get a common denominator. Times 2 times 2. Common denominator of 20 times 4 would make this 8/20ths, plus times 5 would make this 5/20ths, and you would end up with 13/20ths. That's from 5th grade, guys. 5th grade. You remember that? Okay, next, the equation m equals 19.32v can be used to find the mass m in a gram of pure gold with the volume v. Volume, that v stands for volume, cubic centimeters. The coin has a mass of 37.8. The coin's volume is 2.1. Could the coin be pure gold? So what they're saying is if I took the v, 37, or the mass right here, substituted in for m, 37.8 equals 19.32 times, they're saying that the volume is 2.1. Now, if I took my calculator and I did 19.32 times 2.1, 40.572. So it says, so this is greater than that, which tells us that it could be gold. If it's this or greater, so the answer is yes, it could be gold because when the volume is 2.1, it's greater than the mass of 37.8. Okay, I'm going to turn this over. Backside. This is a vocabulary. So we've got all these new words. Okay, this one's a little bit tough. So it says here, use the review, that's right here, to complete the tree diagram. So we have expressions. So we have two kinds. We have So we have algebraic expressions and numerical expressions. Those are the two types, okay? Now, this wants to know, this is numerical, because it wants to know what makes up a numerical expression. That doesn't look very good. These are algebraic expressions, okay? Well, there's only two things that make up. Those are made of numbers and letters, okay? Because it's just one side, such as 2v plus 9, okay? But algebraic expressions, sorry, just like 2v or 7 or 8c. But an algebraic expression has numbers, variables, but it also has operations. So it would be something like 2v plus 7. This should be the word variables. Okay. I don't like these line things. So what I like to do, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I put the numbers next to it. Property, addition property of equality. We haven't done these, but just so you know, this is 1. States that you add the same number to both sides. And inequality, this uses these 4 right here. So this is number 2. Just read over these. An inverse operation, that's doing the opposite. Operations that undo another, right here. You'll learn these just by using it. An equation, this is down here. It has 2 sides that are equal. So 4v equals 16. Notice this equals that. Okay, and then a solution of an equation, a value that makes a statement true. Okay, subtraction property of equality is right here. You subtract the same number from both sides. We're going to use those when we go to solve equations. Okay.